LeBron James all the way in.
And here comes Simmons the other way, 3-on-2. Simmons eludes the defender and lays it in with that.
Certainly the length altered that shot. Out of the quick steps and crunches.
Play right there. Porzingis from Jennings, throw down and a foul.
Irving, splits the defense with the dribble.
Other notable teams, the Minnesota Timberwolves, they're playing very well. They went up from 8. Karl Anthony Towns is playing really well. I will admit, though, I was wrong on Karl Anthony Towns. I think his defense does need to improve. I've seen instances where he can be a better shot blocker, but he's not. That needs to improve, and I hope that we do see that in the foreseeable future. And just another couple teams that I want to talk about. I'm sorry I just kind of went on a quick little 2-second on the Minnesota Timberwolves, but the Denver Nuggets, man, they are playing their hearts out right now. They're 10 for the second week in a row. Gary Harris is doing this thing, like I said. The Denver Nuggets are playing out of their minds, and they beat Oklahoma City Thunder. I mean, they're doing such an amazing job of winning these games, of doing so well, that I hope that the Denver Nuggets do end up going to the playoffs. It's been a long time for those guys since Carmelo Anthony was there, I believe. Or maybe they went there a little bit later, but it hasn't felt like they haven't been as relevant since Carmelo, and now that they have a decent team that's, doing really well, I hope to see them kind of continue this growth and elevation, because they're one of those teams that I think could surprise someone, if they're a 6th, 7th, or 8th seed. I think they could potentially come after some of those guys that, were solidly high in the rankings, but we'll see where it goes on from there with the Denver Nuggets, but I'm still impressed with them. Another team we have to talk about is the Milwaukee Bucks. Of course, our boy Giannis Antetokounmpo. They're kind of fizzling out a little bit. They went 0-3 last week. They're not playing very well. They need to kind of regroup a little bit. I know they beat the Cavaliers this week, but we need to see a little bit more improvement. I know it's a long season. Giannis, the first 20 games he was good, but this couple weeks now it's been a little bit of a decrease. I think he'll pick it up just like Porzingis will. I know he didn't shoot very well tonight, and I know I'm going on a tangent between two players, but we'll see Antetokounmpo get better. I think we'll see the potentially before the All-Star break, he will definitely have another breakout game where he scores, I think, 50 points. I will guarantee that he will score 50 points, and maybe not 50 points, maybe 40 points. I'll go 40 points because I think 50 is a little bit too much. 40 points, I think he'll go off again before the All-Star break. I think this will kind of boost his MVP chances. I don't think he is in the lead right now. I think it's either James Harden or LeBron James right now, and he's kind of third-wheeling it. After getting the motivation from Kobe Bryant to be the MVP this year. We'll see where it goes on. I think Antetokounmpo has a good chance of doing it, but his team needs to start winning a little bit more, and he needs to be a little bit better of a shooter. I do agree with people that say that his shooting's a little bit suspect. It is at some points, but I will see that he will get it better as time goes on, especially when he's only 25 and he's only getting better. So I hope to see that as a growth. Another team that we probably should talk about that I don't really want to talk about is the Oklahoma City Thunder. They went 2-2 last week. There was games where we talked about it, a couple nights ago, where I talked about Carmelo only having 4 points and Paul George only having 8. It's unacceptable. And I do think they still need to restart, and I think they do need to trade away Paul George to the Cavaliers or to Miami or whoever's going to take Paul George, because I don't think this is going to work out for Russell Westbrook. Like I said, he's a very AI-like player where you need to build you need to have like a lot of Steven Adams, like I said earlier. That's the kind of team that you need to build around Russell Westbrook, because those other guys are probably not getting the ball unless it's like a little dump-off dish to the basket. So, we'll see where it goes on from there. But Oklahoma City Thunder, I'm a little bit worried about them, but I think they're going to start improving a little bit, but not enough to where I think they'll keep Paul George, because I don't think Paul George really wants to stay there. I think he does want to go to LA at some point, and if he becomes a very good number 2 option, then I think that'll be great for his career. Another team we have to talk about, of course, was since Pete's not here, I decided let's just talk about them, and that is the New York Knicks. Of course, tonight they won. They went 3-0 last week, and the Knicks won against Carmelo Anthony when he returned to New York, but Kristaps didn't have a good night tonight against the Celtics, but don't be discouraged, Knicks fans. I think that's just a bloop. Just coming back from injury, he'll be fine. Just let him rest, let him relax, and let him go in full gears when they play the 76ers this Christmas Day in Madison Square Garden. I think it'll be a great game to watch, and I hope that everyone is healthy and able to play, especially Joel Embiid versus Kristaps. I'd love to see that matchup. I hope that they do end up posting one another and see who's going to be the better scorer that night. But other than that, the New York Knicks, they get my salute. Also salute to Michael Beasley, who's also doing very well. He had a good game tonight against the Celtics, and I hope that we get to see more of this because this is what we wanted from Michael Beasley since the beginning of when he got drafted, but we're getting it a little bit later and in spurts. So I hope that he's able to continue this form. And just another team I really want to quickly shout out. I mean, we got two of them to talk about. Sorry. We got the 76ers, and we also got the Los Angeles Lakers. Of course, they lost to Golden State in the Kobe Bryant retirement game. But Lonzo Ball has been improving his stats a little bit more. I'm seeing a little bit more tenacity, a little bit more drive, energy, focus. And, of course, Kyle Kuzma. What else can I say about the guy? I was dead wrong. What I saw when I was working at Utah was someone that didn't really, I don't know if maybe it was like a coaching situation or something like that, but it didn't seem like it was a very passion like he is on the Lakers. When he's an LA Laker, I see the passion, I see the energy, I see the tenacity, and that's something I think we missed at Utah. And I'm not gonna go go back to college talk, but that's just something I think that needs to be addressed. I hope that Kyle Kuzma, I hope the best for him, dude, because I think he's just one of those guys that's a very good dude, very, very nice guy, great guy to kind of build a team around as like a role player to even starter. I mean, he's 21, 22, so he's obviously not a child compared to like Alonzo Ball, who's a very young 19, 20-year-old. Kyle Kuzma has been groomed, and I think that's the reason why we're seeing this kind of breakout stars. And maybe I'll discuss this with Peter. Should NBA players, 19-year-olds, should they stay in college or, just kind of, we talked about just kind of incorporating a European system, but I'd love to talk to Peter about it because I think we would have a very good back and forth discussion about it. And that's something I like to do on the channel. Like I've said numerous times, discussion always over everything. 76ers, they had a great game against the Thunder last week. I know I didn't talk about it on the charge, but we'll talk about it here. They played the Thunder last week in like a very good overtime. Just amazing. Joel Embiid played very well. I mean, of course they lost to the Thunder, which kind of sucks for them, but Joel Embiid beasted and feasted. Him and Carmelo Anthony got into a little beef. I'd love to see if that escalates into anything if they play again. I mean, we'll see, because they should. But like I said, they're playing the 70s. Or sorry, I meant the Thunder. I keep thinking that Carmelo's on the Knicks, but he's on the Thunder. I'll be curious to see when they do play each other again how that's going to go round 2. But like I said, Philadelphia going down 7 spots, which is very, very crazy to see. But they haven't done very well. They're 1-1, and we'll see where it goes on from here. I think they have a chance to get better, but we'll just have to wait and see on them. And then another team that I'm really disappointed in, and they've dropped down so many spots, and that is the Memphis Grizzlies. They haven't won a game in a while. I mean, just think about where they were at the beginning of the season in the power rankings. I think they were in the top 10 or at least the top 15, and now they're in the 20s. Or sorry, not 20s, the 30s almost. They're almost the 30th worst team. I mean, it's like them and the Atlanta Hawks. It's a battle between those teams. Something that disappoints me about it is that, with Fitzdale there, they were doing very well, but without him, they're losing. And I don't know if that's because they want the culture of it to change in terms of they want to get a top draft pick, maybe get a Trey. I mean, who knows? I mean, a Bagley, Marvin Bagley, or DeAndre Ayton, maybe trade away Paul Gasol, maybe trade away Mike Conley. I mean, we'll see. I'm very curious to see what's going to go on for the Memphis Grizzlies. Like I said, I'm very disappointed that they're in this rut right now because I really like that team, especially when they were called the Grindhouse, when you had Zach Randolph there, Marcus Saul, Mike Conley. That team was really good along with Tony Allen, a very good defender. I'm just disappointed because what I used to remember about the Memphis Grizzlies, I don't see it anymore, and I hope that one day it does get there because I do like Mike Conley, and I hope that they don't waste his great years on crappy rebuilds. They just should either trade him away so he can go to a better team or just build the team around him, because it just sucks to see that a guy that I really like is getting this treatment. He's a superstar, got paid a lot of money, and he's getting treated like crap. I hope that we see an improvement because I am not happy with the way that he has been, the team has been built around him. It has not worked for them, and I hope they fix it pretty soon. Like I said, again, another shout out to our boy, De'Aaron Fox. I hope he's doing very well. I don't think he's doing too bad, actually, but the Kings are not a very good team. But I like to shout him out because he's just one of our great players, and he also watches Dragon Ball Super. But other than that, I mean, we got Kawhi Leonard returning, so he's not doing very... I mean, like, they're doing well, but they've lost those games. I mean, they lost tonight against the Jazz in a very good competitive game. Kawhi Leonard looked really good. Like I said, we're going to have to wait until the January, February time frame to see how Kawhi Leonard recovers, because I think by then he'll be in his all-star to, first-team All-NBA form. And I think we will see that. And I hope we do, because I think he's just one of those players that can just bring a lot of energy and focus back to the Spurs, especially when you have LaMarcus Aldridge as your number one option. To me, honestly, I would rather have Kawhi Leonard as my number one option, but we'll see, guys. Anyways, this has been your boy Bernie. I hope you guys enjoyed the video today. This is Power Rankings talk. If I don't, I should be making one special Christmas edition video, but if I don't get that out, I'd like to say happy holidays here from Fusion Corp. We've seen the channel grow a lot from where we were in August to, 1 subscriber, and that was, or 2 subscribers really, and that was just me and Peter, but now we're at 36 or 35. I can't remember how many. But, I want to thank you guys for this great year, this great half year that we've been only doing it for a couple months now. You guys have meant the world to us in terms of watching our content every day, being in the discussions, talking, battling it out, because I love to discuss, and I'm glad that you guys are starting to comment in there so we can start having key discussions, especially in that DeMarcus Cousins trade video. But like I said, expect bigger and better things here on the Fusion Corp channel. We got a lot of things coming up, big projects that we can't really say right now because we're trying to make sure that we can deliver on that promise. But anyway, guys, this has been your boy Bernie. Pete's not here, but I'm sure he would like to say happy holidays to you guys. I hope you enjoy the new year. Hope you enjoy all the times with friends and family, whether you're working, whether you're not working. I hope you guys just enjoy each other's company and enjoy with a nice little 20-minute episode of Fusion Corp, The Charge, Gimmick Cast, whatever you want to watch, even some old Dragon Ball Super reviews. We'll see you guys in the next episode, the next video. Peace.